Looky here, it's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
Well, for the first time in a very long time, I found all my buttons I needed to find after our intro without struggling and looking like a total idiot and still having this over our face halfway through the beginning of our podcast.
That label maker's come in handy, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has come in handy.
Oh my gosh. So so it's been a minute. It's been a week.
It has. Yeah, our last one was last Monday.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how to do this.
That's why I'm fresh. So that's why I was able to hit all my buttons. Tomorrow I'm back to the same.
Holy cow. So yeah. So and we're just like, is College World Series start next week?
I think it's this week. Yeah.
That seems
Super
early.
Super Regionals just wrapped up. Yeah, because it's with the storms coming in this weekend. I heard them saying this morning, just in time for the College World Series. So we got our final 8.
TD Ameritragedy. Called it or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like tracks with the weather we've had this year so far. So it's not like in previous years, we've had nothing until the week of the World Series, and then it dumps on us, but not this year.
Yeah, June 14th is the first game at 1:00. Charles Schwab Field. Now I know that. It's okay. I just was remembering the day when, God, yeah, it was blowing. Was it tornado? It was almost, wasn't it?
It was like, yeah, I don't know what. I don't think it was actually
because people were running to CHI.
Yeah, it was a tornado warning and just big storms, but nothing other than that.
Yeah. So hopefully, and you're right about this year too, because it's like they just pop out of nowhere. The other day, just sitting here, and all of a sudden the wind just picked up huge, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was like, and the trees were just blowing like crazy. Mom and Dad got an inch of rain.
Jeez.
So they're south of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got an inch of rain. I didn't get any rain, and a big old tree fell down across their driveway, and so had to get somebody to come.
Man,
do some chopping so they could get in and out. but yeah, it's just like, and it was popping, but it's just like those little itty bitty micro storms just.
Yeah.
Did you see the story the other day about there was like this weather like we have, it's heavy, humid kind of day, but no real clouds. You're not really thinking anything's happening, but maybe there's a storm happening like 30 or 40 miles away. There was a guy in western Nebraska, and he was going out to feed cattle. Had trailer with hay, pulled it out to the middle of the thing, and they were kicking hay off for the cows. And so the cattle were gathering around. Truck got struck by lightning. The truck itself got struck by lightning. About 100 cattle down, ended up killing 30 some of them.
Oh my gosh. And the guy died?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And there were other people there when it happened. They weren't right next to it, but everything that was within a certain vicinity of that truck and trailer when it got hit.
I've heard that before, that you don't have to be within, you can be miles away from a storm and lightning is still a threat.
Out in the wide open, you're just like a lightning rod, unfortunately. But the storm, and there was no storm there, but there was a storm a ways away. And I can't remember isn't it like 30 miles? That's why they make you wait 30 minutes or something like that after the last lightning strike before they'll continue ball games, right?
Which makes sense. And sometimes it pisses you off because you're in the middle of it and you're like, it's not even bad here. Let's just play. And then you hear stuff like this and you're like, you understand.
It's like, oh yeah.
Oh, I get it.
That's why we don't want to do that.
Yeah,
so,
that's sad.
It definitely is something. Keep your eyes on. Welcome to Omaha. So yeah, and I saw him gearing up for the Jello shot challenge.
Man, it just seems like we just wrapped it.
I know. Like, dang it, that got here fast.
Yeah.
It does seem like it's early, but it's not. We're already damn near the middle of the month.
Yeah, I know.
So,
crazy.
So since we last talked, there's not. I mean, there's some fun stuff that's been going on. There's a couple. One thing I did want to throw out there was John McLaughlin, who of course has been
Love him.
a great friend of ours, a friend of our show for a long time, like since before. Well, let's just put it this way: we thought we knew him before when, but he lied to us. But
Right.
he's a terrible liar. Anyway, he's doing so well in Nashville, just killing it.
Killing it.
So he put something out the other day, this weekend, and let me see here if I can Well, I'm not going to share it. Never mind. But anyway, he said that his wife came up with the idea that you should record cover songs every week during the summer and release them and just put them out there. And he's like, you know what, that's a good idea. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to do. And so I sent him he's got a bunch of people that are sending in. He's got probably about 200 people oh man, more than that now, have sent in ideas for songs here. So if you have any cover songs you want to hear, like I said, um, Raspberry.
Do something real quick, tech wise.
Yeah.
I think your mic just made a weird noise. Make sure it's still like selected.
Oh man.
Yeah, because it kind of sounded like you got shot by a laser. And we just thought you got done talking about lightning. So
right.
And also, are you thinking
it's
good?
It's good, but
okay, it made a weird noise. I don't know.
Does that change anything?
I mean, no.
Now can you hear me? Now can you hear me? It's registering.
Okay, yeah, I think I can hear you. Okay, it just made a little laser noise.
Okay, I just tried that. Is that
there
better?
We go. Yes, that's much better. Like infinitely better. Like I got to turn my speakers down better.
What?
Yeah.
So maybe it's
weird. We're good. We're good now.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
So yes. So
John McLaughlin or Tim Halprin?
John McLaughlin.
John McLaughlin. Okay.
John McLaughlin.
Okay.
And he's the one. So if you get a chance, check it out.
Love him.
But he's looking for suggestions for cover songs. Release a song every week. Anything you like. So I sent him some good 80s stuff.
I mean, no arguments from this camp.
Right?
Right.
I think it'd be a fun thing to do. Interactive, drop those songs and just put them online.
Yeah, during COVID, every week he would do a live performance on Facebook. Do a Facebook.
Somebody
live.
even mentioned that in the comments. They said, "Oh, you doing this reminds me of COVID." It was one of the bright spots of sitting at home all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, he's doing great. So anyway, let's see here. What else was in here? There was then the royal news. I don't know. There's not a lot going on, but there was a weird post that came out about, and I think we talked about it a little bit last week, the fact that Kate Middleton is not expected to do any appearances for the rest of the year. Did we talk about that?
No, because I think that broke last week.
Oh, okay, that was at the birthday party I was at this weekend. We got to talking about that. I was sitting at this table at a birthday party, and we were at their house. And there's just a bunch of people. I think I knew like 4 people that were there, and we didn't even know that we all knew the same person. Like we all showed up, and it was like, oh my God, what?
And you didn't even know that you guys were in the same circle?
We did not know we were in the same circle at all. Had no idea, all of us. And so we were sitting at the table with some other people, and we got to talking as we do, because we're all kind of from the same Silver Hat Club. And we got to talking about the Royals. We got to talk about some other stuff. And everybody else at the table was just staring at us.
Like weird, like you're weirdos?
And I'm like, have you not heard any of this? And they're like, no, where do you hear that stuff?
Like, oh, have a seat.
I said, you know what? We'll just save this for another day. But what we were talking about was Kate Middleton and the whole deal that this announcement had come out that she probably isn't going to be doing anything for the rest of the year. And then somebody else had brought to the table, literally, her mom. They said that she was being cared for by her birth family. Which was weird. And that her mom was in an accident back in March, car accident back in March, and she hasn't been seen since. But then the pictures that they put out, right? Remember when they put out these pictures of her riding in a car? Kate Middleton was in a car, and you could tell it wasn't her. It didn't have the mole. It didn't, all this other stuff. The woman driving was supposed to be her mom. And that doesn't look at all like her mom. Now, when you look at the pictures, they had a picture. Supposedly she was in a car with her mom driving somewhere. And so more controversy.
Yeah. Gotta love controversy. I mean, they just can't stay out of their own way. They can't not step in it all the time.
They do all the time. So there's that little controversy going on. And there's some more stuff too with the Markles, the Harkles. It has to do with them wanting to get their titles back.
Why they want that, or that's kind of,
I think it's Harry more than
I figured that would you figured that would change once he wasn't a royal for a while. Like he would want it back. Yeah. Not surprising.
Like, there were a lot of other perks that came with this, like their security and all that other stuff that goes along.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was all there was on that. So that was kind of see that later. Then what else was going on this weekend? There was some funny. The Baldwins. That was the other one.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that they're actually doing a reality show. I thought it was a joke at first.
On TLC. No shock. No
yeah.
shock there. They'll take anybody. But literally, and I saw too that Dax had even posted that too, the saying, "You've got to be kidding." Thought it was a joke, but they're actually going to have a show called The Baldwins. And even though I think he is still in court about the murder. I think there's still some stuff going on with that. That was a movie, Rust.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That he was like it got brought back up.
Okay,
charges were reassigned or whatever.
Let me see if I can find it. We gotta see
if that is the case. It's not a good look either way. But if you're still in court and you're announcing this promo of you laughing with your families and family running around, like that is super bad look.
It is. It is. I'm trying to see if there's anything. May 24th, July. Holy cow. I didn't see this part. So it says Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter case and Rust shooting to continue. A judge rejected a motion to dismiss the case, and his trial is scheduled for July.
Wow.
In the onset shooting death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. And that was released on May 24th of this year. So that was back in 21.
Wow. Yeah.
So they have drugged this along and tried to get out of it for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
My God. That's terrible. And then he's going to be doing a reality show.
Yeah.
I don't think the timing's good.
No, I mean, he obviously doesn't have a PR team or a really bad one.
No, I would think that maybe the show should be shelved till we figure out what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea. But yeah, so we were talking about that. And then what was the other thing they were talking about? Somebody brought up something about P. Diddy and Epstein and the connection with the Kardashians and the connection with some other things. And again, I think that was when everybody just kind of it just got silent on one side of the room. And we were like, okay, we need to stop talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay. I couldn't live like that. I couldn't live not knowing this stuff.
I know. Same.
So anyway, so what was going on your side of the world?
Well, I was in New Jersey for a week with Teresa Giudice, who we had a podcast with her for a while, and she is rebranding and doing a new one with us. And it starts Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives of New Jersey, and it starts drops on Wednesdays. I think I do have the art. It's called, and she's famous on the show for getting when she got angry and she flipped a table and she was like just aggressive. She's aggressive. Here's the new show. It's called Turning the Tables. And that was the name of, I think, her first or second memoir. So
what's she going to be doing? Is she going to have a co-host on this one, or
primarily just her friends? Like the studio. Here's her studio right here. Mm-hmm. It's in her house. It's absolutely gorgeous studio. Like cool. I had to remind myself to close my mouth when I walked in there the first time. Like, this is gorgeous. So her family will be on with her a lot. Her friends will be on, and she's got a studio in Los Angeles too, because her and her husband Louis go back and forth. So yeah, just kind of coordinating interviews, but not even really interviews, just conversations. Yeah, so it'll be fun.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
that
be really
sounds
cool.
Good. Good deal.
Her house is like a freaking resort. I'm not expecting anything different, but it's just beautiful.
I saw something online, and I think, what is that?
Oh, you made a little laser noise again.
What was that?
I don't know. Oh, you heard it this time?
I heard bells.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There was something online about, and it was about her. And I can't remember. She is so divisive, though. It's really funny. People either love her or they hate her.
I know.
And
you see when you see her on the show, you think that's what with every reality show, you think you know the person. But spending 3 days with their family, just the family at the house, they're an awesome family, and she's a very attentive mom and very sweet person, and you would just because you see what's on the show, but she's very, very there were so many people saying I love you in that house, and I could hear stuff they didn't think I was listening all the time, so I'm in the studio, but you can hear what's going on. and just living their lives. And there was no like yelling, screaming, all I love yous on the phone with each other. I love
all
you.
fake. It's all
that's it.
fake.
It's all fake.
Okay, now I hate her because it's all fake.
Oh, she still gets fired up. Like she's like she's got I recorded an episode with her too, where it's just fan questions. I was just reading questions, and she has a thing, her pupil or whatever. What's the center? Pupil iris, right?
The black
is
part
the colored. The colored part's the iris.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so in her iris, on her left eye, she has a line that goes straight across, and it looks like a tiger eye. It's super creepy. And she's like, she always told people that because she can get so angry so quick, like she's like a tiger and just will flip a switch because, she's loving, but you push her to a certain point. Watch out. Heads up.
Going back. There's no going back. Yeah, I get it. No, that's really cool though. Good for her.
Yeah.
Because I think too, and her, the podcast that she did have with her friend, I can't remember her name now. That was also a point of contention with a lot of Teresa's really true blue fans. Because they wanted to hear Teresa talk more. Yeah. And not hear her friend.
Yeah.
I know. Yep. I get it. So now you're going to get what you asked for.
Yep. Here it comes.
So blame you.
Yep.
I was going to say blaming you. So yeah. So other than that, really the only other thing that I really had was a picture that I wanted to share here real quick. Let me see if I can get this up here. Because this was I showed you this just rando picture and you said you should share this. I'm like, okay, I will. So of course there's wild horses in Arizona, right? And some friends of mine live down there along one of the rivers, in one of the national forests, and they have the wild horses. Like you'd be out hiking and all of a sudden you'll come across a herd of horses, or you're along the river and all of a sudden the horses come out of the bushes and they're all they jump in the water and they drink water and they stand in the water and it's like up to their chests and there's babies and there's, all this cool stuff seeing these horses, but they all live in the desert, which is just, it just seems so weird. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like still having kings and queens in the world. It seems like that's something that shouldn't be anymore. Right. It shouldn't be wild horses. Mm-hmm. It's like wild Shih Tzus.
Yeah, wild Shih Tzus seems more natural than wild horses.
So, keeping that in mind, so this picture somebody had shared of one of of a particular herd of horses, and there you go.
Okay,
I think that's all it. And so this horse, I don't know if you can see that really well. But these horses learned, and every horse in this herd knows how to do this. They snorkel because there's the only place you can find grass in the desert in the summer is near or in the rivers. And
which
so
is absolutely genius of these horses.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Genius.
I saw them like they went all the way.
Right.
But even the babies do it. But they learn how.
Yeah, they see mom and they're like, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm going to do it. And then they find grass.
So they snorkel and they learned how. Certainly not instinctual.
I mean, I knew horses were smart, but that's like next level. That's
why it's so weird that they're just like running free.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're smart. They're like, I don't want anybody. I want to be able to do this whenever I want and do what I want.
Go do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so there's that. And otherwise,
yeah. Not much else. Just getting through Omaha week here in college baseball land. So that's exciting.
Yeah. CWS, a lot of people coming to town, especially this weekend. So everybody will be here this week. I think the first team goes home, on Monday? Sunday?
Sunday. It'd be,
Sunday.
First game's Thursday, right?
Thursday at 1. Yeah.
So first teams would go home Saturday. Because it's Thursday and then losing bracket would be Saturday.
Would it really? Wow. Mm-hmm. Let me see here. So they got games on. Oh, here it says Friday the 14th. I'm sorry. So Friday at 1 and 6, Saturday at 1 and 6, Sunday at 1 and 6.
Oh, so maybe Saturday they would. Saturday they would go home because losers would play the next day.
I just have the dates and times. They don't have the bracket. I want the bracket because then I know what's going on. I can't tell from this. So anyway, but yeah, if you're going down the College World Series, it's going to be hot the middle of this week. We're going to be hitting 90s, it looks like, too. So yay.
Sweet. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for watching. If you're just listening, we do this live every Monday. And we just want to thank you guys very much. Rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast. It's the best way for people to find us. All right.
There you go.
Thanks, you guys. Have a great one. Bye.
JT Podcast.
A Hurrdat Media Production.